And because what is intelligence? And you know everything that is going on right now with artificial intelligence. But before going to what are the threats of artificial intelligence, let's see what is emotional intelligence. Who thinks that emotional intelligence is important? Okay? So let's say a quarter of the people think that's emotional intelligence, and that's normal. That's normal because usually we think in our society and in our universities that emotion has no value. You have no class about emotions. You have classes about skills, methods, and if you work in a company and if you show too much emotions, if you're getting nervous, if you're getting angry, then you will have some problem. Probably you're going to be fired. So the thing is that today, our economy, our organization, our humanity is based on the fact that emotions have no value and we should get rid of that. The problem, I'm sure it works, is that when you think about the world without emotions, we are creating what has been said as scientific management. Scientific management is, of course, what we see in factories, where we say anybody can work in a factory because you don't need skills and you don't need emotions. And in fact, you know this movie, Modern Times with Charlie Chaplin, where someone who is just a normal man tries to behave like a normal man in this civilized world of manufacturing. And of course, he's getting completely crazy, and the world cannot work with human people. So the problem is that now that we know that everybody, scientists, university, are saying that we should build our future only based on intelligence without emotions. And that's what we have today, is that everything that is coming from artificial intelligence is based on no emotion, only productivity and physical efficiency. I don't know if you have seen some videos with this Boston Dynamics, and if you've seen that, so it's this, well, let's say, funny little dogs. And it's not really funny because, let's say, if you see one of these videos, you're getting to be scared. Scared has this power. They can open doors. They can almost fight. They can go after everything that, and they have a lot of power. And if you compare every human compared to this just small machine, you say, yes, there is a problem. Why? It's because these machines, like everything that we have built until now, have no emotions. And we are probably at the end of this era. And it's also what Elon Musk has been saying for now quite a long time. And in one of these last conferences that took place in Essex, SW, beginning of October, he said that artificial intelligence is more dangerous than nuclear weapons. And that it's in fact today the main threat against humanity. And one of the examples that he gave is about AlphaGo, because you know AlphaGo is the artificial intelligence that has been able to win against the world championship, the world champion of Go. But it was just the beginning. Now they have created the AlphaGo Zero. And the AlphaGo Zero not only is playing against people, but it's creating its own games. And it's playing so many games that the intelligence of the AlphaGo Zero is so strong that there's been some matches between AlphaGo Zero and the AlphaGo Zero has beaten AlphaGo well every match. So we see that in fact the power is now coming to these robots, and especially because they are only focused on productivity, on science, on power, without emotions. And for us, the thing is that we think we're going in the wrong direction. And the story is about this company. Well, before this company, in fact, I'm going to talk about Jérôme Mosso. Jérôme Mosso was one of the co-founders of a technology company, of a robotic company called Tbird Robotics. It was created in Paris, and they created the first humanoid robots. So they are called now Paper, Romeo, and in fact, these robots, they can move, they can think, they can talk. The problem is that they have no emotions. And when you are discussing with a machine that is very intelligent, but that has no emotion, you see that there is something missing. And Tbird Robotics has been very successful. They have been acquired by SoftBank, so a Japanese fund for more than 100 million. But Jérôme Mosso thought that something was wrong with Tbird. So after, in fact, he quit Tbird, he created a second company, and it's called Spoon. And I'm going to show you a short video with this new generation of emotional robots.
Nous avons précédemment créé à une école de personnes de conseil qui s'appelle ici. Et là, récemment, avec nous, nous avons décidé de nous rejoindre dans l'aventure, créer une nouvelle génération de robots qu'on appelle créature artificielle. Donc, nous avons déployé notre robot dans plusieurs endroits à Paris et nous sommes des interventions un peu partout dans le monde. Le but est d'installer le robot dans les
Okay, so what you see here is a new generation of robots. In fact, it's trying to react like, let's say, an animal or a human. Just like, in fact, when you think about a dog or a cat, in fact, these species or these animals, they are interacting in an emotional way. Why do we need dogs? Why do we need cats? It's because we need, in fact, to have some emotion interaction. Without this emotion interaction, there is no humanity. And in fact, they created this new generation of robot by mimicking, in fact, the human behavior. So it means that the robot is looking at you. It follows where you're looking at. It tries to follow, in fact, your face. And it tries to see if you are happy or if you're sad. And it will react accordingly. And these robots are based on emotion. What is very interesting, as we know, is that it's the reaction of children. It's very interesting because when we're talking about artificial intelligence, we think that it's really for very intelligent people. But in fact, robots should be something that is able to play or to discuss with children. And these robots called Spoon, in fact, the main people that are interacting are children, because they are playing and they see, just like when you are a toy, it's a way, in fact, to learn. Because these robots are not only empathic, they are also learning, and learning by observing and interacting with people. So you can say, okay, it's great. What's the need? It's a startup, how are they going to make money? And now we see that in our world, we have created a lot of different machines, very intelligent, but that this emotion link is really missing. And today, the startup Spoon is working with automotive manufacturers, because in fact cars are more and more intelligent, and we know that we have to create an interface that creates some emotion, in fact, between this machine and humans. And so they are today working on very big projects for, let's say, the car of the future. But they saw that there are many ways. We need, in fact, to interact with machine. We need to interact and learn with machine in many environments. So now they have developed many new family of Spoon. The question is, what does it say about the future of humanity? Our belief is that today, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, we are mainly talking about artificial stupidity. It's not the stupidity of the machines, it's the stupidity of us, human. We think that only skills and no emotions is our future. Now if we think that, in fact, the value is from the interaction, if we think that the value is from emotion, then we have to create machines and economy and companies and everything that relates to emotions. And of course, we can say that the goal of these empathic robots are in fact to create a new species that is in symbiosis with humans, which means that it's not robots fighting against humans, it's not artificial intelligence that will control the world. It means that there will be so many interactions between humans and this artificial intelligence that, in fact, even humanity will leapfrog to a new step. Thank you very much.